items tonight. First, consideration of a recommendation to approve an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Galena for the purposes of building a parking ramp located at the address commonly known as 311 North Bench. This is a recommendation of the executive committee held on July 6th. And I second that.
Motion was made and seconded. Is there discussion? Mike?
Yeah, so I made my huge argument at the executive committee. I just would like to talk for a little bit. Actually, after the executive committee, there was a whole bunch of people there for the other issue, the secession issue. And I went outside and a woman afterwards, some of them were all talking, and a woman who I didn't know who it was talked to me and thanked me for arguing against it. And she said, "You forgot an argument." And I said, "What's that?" She said, "It's our taxpayer money that they're wasting." And I said, "I will let you guys know that." We hear all the time how fiduciary responsible we have to be. The original estimates for the courthouse was $12.5 million. And then it was passed at 15.5. And then it went to 17.5. And then with cost overruns, it went 18.7. And with this new parking structure, because of short-sightedness, it's going to be $19.9 million. And I'm constantly told we have no money for economic development, but we can find $7.7 million in our reserves for this. And also, this wasn't done by a referendum, don't forget. It's going to be paid for. It was originally going to be paid for by cannabis money and grant money from the Rescue Act. But the rest is all coming from our reserves. And that wasn't done by a referendum. And I just, there's a funny saying, when you're in too deep, keep digging, but I got a different one. How about we stop digging? This $1.2 million we're spent on this, there's a million things I would spend it on. Anything else on the capital improvement plan, bridges, roads, railroad crossings, and of course, economic development. This, I don't know how this got to number one on our list. But I really think we need to think twice about this before we just keep writing a big check. So,
Any further discussion? Never.
Daisha?
How many parking spaces are available now, and how many people per day, and how long do they stay in the courthouse? How many parking spaces do we need on average per day? Do we know that before we're making these big money decisions? Have we done the research on that?